them we are rising. Tell them HBCUs are rising. What's up, YouTube? Imani here, back with another video. So a couple of days ago, I got the opportunity to see like a sneak peek of a documentary that's going to be airing on PBS February 19th. So the documentary is called Tell Them We Are Rising, HBCUs Are Rising. It is a documentary that gives the story, the history, and it tells you everything that you need to know about HBCUs. Well, not everything you need to know, but just tells you where they started, where they came from, and where they plan on, where they're going. It gave you a little bit of insight on how some HBCUs are getting closed. It gave you a little insight on how so many HBCU students are fighting for so many rights that the government or that these institutions aren't being given. I don't give too much details. I really feel like you all should go see it, or not go see it, but when it airs on TV, you all should take the time out, make it a family affair, and actually sit down and watch it. But my HBCU wasn't in it. My rival HBCU was in it. And I never knew that my rival HBCU, Southern University, had those adversities, had those different things going on at their universities to students. Okay, I'm gonna hush. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to share too much of the story. Sit down, make it a family affair, and watch that documentary. But today's video, what I'm gonna do is give you all my HBCU experience, how I got here, and my experience so far. I am a senior and I graduate next semester in December. So basically I can give you everything that I've dealt with, not everything, but a little bit of what I dealt with and a little bit of how I got here. Attending an HBCU was not something that I definitely planned on doing. I did go to a middle school which was predominantly Black. Elementary school was very diverse. But my 8th grade year in middle school, I did transfer over to a middle school that was predominantly white. And then in high school, I went to a high school that was predominantly white. And then I transferred to a high school that was more diverse. It had a mixture and a blend of everything. So in high school, I did go through a lot as far as family and stuff like that. I was homeless at a point. My mom went to prison when I was in high school. I moved with a family friend, and it was just a lot going on in high school. So going to college is just something that I didn't really know for sure that I wanted to do. So my sophomore or junior year, I was invited to go on an HBCU tour where they attended several HBCUs in North Carolina, and then I went on the one where they attended HBCUs in Louisiana. So my mom was out of prison at the time for when I was I think she had just went in when I had signed up to go. And then I didn't know how I was going to pay for it. So the pastor who was over the tour decided that he was going to continue to pay for the rest of my tour. And then he ended up paying, a scholarship ended up coming to the students who were seniors, my senior year, that paid for it then. So I went on the tour. I had no clue about HBCUs. My grandmother talked about Grambling State University, which is where I attend now, and she also talked a lot about Howard. And she talked about Grambling because she was from Tallulah, Louisiana, which is maybe an hour and a half. That's where most of my family's from, an hour and a half from Grambling. So I heard about Grambling, I heard about Tuskegee, I heard about Howard, but I never seen these HBCUs in person. So once I got on the tour, I kind of looked around. We went to several schools in North Carolina, like Winston-Salem, Johnson C. Smith, North Carolina, yeah. North Carolina A&T, was it A&T? I have no idea. I don't even remember. But we went to several universities in North Carolina. And then my junior year, after I went on that tour, I was like, okay, maybe I should apply for, to go to a HBCU. Then once they started talking about financial aid and stuff like that and how we had to have our parents' information, mind you, my mom was in prison and I was staying with a family friend. So it was kind of like, how am I going to pay for college? So my senior year of high school, I was like, I guess I might as well just apply for the university that's in my state, which is UNLV. I was like, I might as well apply for there. So I applied for UNLV. I got in. And they were telling me I had a Governor Gwynn scholarship, so basically going to school would be free. But it was something in me that was like, I just don't want to stay here. I don't need to stay in Nevada. So I applied I was gonna apply for the University of Nevada, Reno, which is a PWI in Nevada. And the lady was telling me, she was very discouraging because in high school, I started doing bad when everything started going on. And she was telling me, like, your GPA isn't that good, so you're going to have to do really, really good on your standardized test. I was like, my GPA isn't that good. I have a freaking 3.0. Like, And so I busted my butt and I took my ACT and SAT. And I did bad on the ACT, but the SAT I did fairly well on, enough to get me, a couple scholarships from different schools. So my senior year, I applied for like a whole bunch of schools. I applied for St. Kate's. St. Kate's is a PWI in Minnesota. And I was like really legit gonna go to St. Kate's. Like, I had a scholarship, but it wasn't gonna cover the entire tuition. So I was still gonna have to come out of pocket maybe like $10,000 or $20,000. I think it was $10,000 that I was gonna have to come out of pocket, and I was like, not having that. So I applied to all these HBCUs. All these HBCUs are offering me money too. Hampton University offered me a partial scholarship. Johnson C. Smith offered me a full ride scholarship with a laptop. Dillard University offered me a scholarship. The list goes on. It was so many schools, like so many HBCUs were offering me money, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to go. But then, like, time started winding down, and I wasn't responding to none of these schools. I was like, oh my God, like, my scholarships are going to be gone because I'm not saying yes and I'm not saying no to them. So it was kind of like the clock was ticking. And I was like, I don't know, like, and then I went on a tour to Grambling, which was like March time. So most seniors already know where they're going to go by most seniors know where they're going to attend school by like maybe January, February-ish. So it was March, and Grambling was not on my financial aid list. So I had to go in, change that. This was after I had attended the university, and I fell in love with the campus. I fell in love with the people. It was like a legit family, and since I've been here, it's still like family. But back to me going on how did I get to Grambling. So, okay, I changed my financial aid, and then Grambling wasn't that much, so I also got scholarships from high school, from like the council. I had a counselor scholarship. I got a scholarship from like being in the Summer Business Institute. I got a scholarship from some hospitality, and they still give me my scholarship. But like, I got heck of scholarships just to go towards any school that I want to go to. So I was like, okay, I have these scholarships, so I couldn't afford Grambling. So I was like, I'm gonna go to Grambling. I don't know why I turned down these. I think I turned down the other schools because the scholarships that they offered me were gone because I didn't respond back to them in time. So I just went ahead and went to Grambling because at first I was going to go to Dillard. Then when I visited Dillard, I didn't like Dillard. Yeah, anyways. So I came to Grambling. My family, they drove me down here to Grambling and kind of like just dropped me off. The family that could bring me here, they dropped me off. And the people at like the tuition people were saying that I still had a balance of like maybe like $200-300. I was like, yeah, I have a scholarship, it's coming, it's not here yet. And I was so sad and I was so scared. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna finish paying for school. Like, I was so stressed out. And I remember it was somebody that I had met when I had my tour, and she told me to come to her office. So she was like, if you be an ambassador and give tours on campus and stuff like that, we can help you out with this little piece of your money that's left on your account. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah, we'll give you an out-of-state fee waiver. And so I didn't know anything that they had to offer or anything, but I just knew that I had family in Tallulah, which is my grandma, she's from Tallulah. So I have family in Tallulah, and Tallulah is only an hour away from Grambling. So I was like, why not go to Grambling? So when I came to Grambling, again, it was kind of hard, making friends and stuff like that, because I'm like really like not shy, but I'm not a really talkative person. But I came to Grambling, I didn't know anybody, but I decided to join the Student Government Association. Okay, so me joining the Student Government Association kind of put my foot in the door. So I started meeting people. People were so nice. I was getting active. I was maintaining my grades. I was active in maintaining my grades. I was just doing so much. I was just just a stellar person here at the Grambling State University, where everybody is somebody. Grambling was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I've met so many people. Coming to Grambling, I actually became friends with our current Miss GSU when I came here, our current SGA president, all these people, all these amazing students here. I met my freshman year, became friends, and then now they're doing such amazing things. And now I'm currently vice president of the student activities here on campus. Like, I don't know, that's my HBCU experience. I met my boyfriend. Internships, I have been on one. It wasn't really an internship. It was like a summer research program thing to see if you want to go to medical school. Got into that. Have opportunities so that you can further enhance your career once you graduate. We have a program here for biology majors and chemistry majors where if you want to go to medical school, you can attend Meharry Medical College. I don't know how it would have been if I would have went to a PWI, but I do love my experience here. When I did go on that summer research thing that I did over the summer, it was at the University of Pittsburgh, which I was one out of 4 HBCU students, and out of 12, it was 4 HBCU students, and the total amount of the students that were in the program was 12. So everybody else went to PWIs. It was my friend, she went to Rice University. Another one went to Arizona State University. I think that's. Okay, with the HBC, I know the HBCUs though. Lincoln University. Xavier. Grambling, of course. Where did she go? I can't even remember where she went. Norfolk State University in Virginia. Yeah, that's where she went. But the other students who went to, I have no students who go to PWIs. My former best friend, she went to University of Redlands. I know a lot of people that go to UNR. Maya goes to UNR. I know people that go to PWIs. But listening to their experiences versus my experiences, and then listening to my friends who go to HBCUs, like just the experience at HBCUs is just so lit. Getting involved on campus. I feel like at an HBCU you have more opportunity to be involved. Now at an HBCU it's like y'all black. So I mean it is a few white people, but it's a pool of black people. You gotta pick the best of the best out of those black people, but it's not just black people at HBCUs, which I hate. I hate when people say HBCUs are not diverse. I want to go to a PWI because they're more diverse. How is being the only black person in your class diverse? How about being in a class full of black people that all come from different parts of the world, that all come from different types of families, come from different types of upbringing? Now that's diversity. I could be sitting next to a girl, she don't listen to the same music I listen to. She don't have the same upbringing that I had. We could actually have legitimate arguments about different topics, and everybody in the classroom is going to have a different point of view. There's some people that think Black Lives Matter, and some people that really don't think Black Lives Matter. Yeah, I think Black Lives Matter. But I don't know, I love my HBCU. HBCUs are not for everybody. You're going to struggle a little bit, because you're going to try to balance social life with academics, and it's going to be hard as heck. But I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. I love the experience. I kind of want to go to HBCU for grad school, but I don't know where to go. That's all I have to talk about. I know I was rambling, y'all, but make sure that you all tune in to Tell Them HBCUs Are Rising, Tell Them We Are Rising, a documentary premiering on February 19th on PBS. I don't know what channel PBS is for you, but I think PBS is like one of those earlier channels. Like if you don't have if you grew up without cable in Las Vegas, it was channel 10. So PBS. Make sure you guys take the time out, sit down with your family, sit down with your friends, do a screening event of Tell Them We Are Rising. Tell Them HBCUs Are Rising. But that's all I have for today. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Continue supporting.